everyone, and welcome to another Into the Void Real Review. This time we are reviewing Wicked, a musical starring Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo, and directed by John M. Chu. I've always been aware of Wicked, the Broadway musical. It's always been on my periphery. I knew it was a side story to The Wizard of Oz. However, my knowledge was bare bones at best because I'm not much of a musical fan. And I've made that clear in movies that have no business of being musicals like Joker, Folie à Deux, and Venom. I was, however, stoked to watch a movie that is actually meant to be a musical and is legitimately one of the best musicals on Broadway and has been adapted for the big screen to a theater near you. This, my friends, is an experience worth taking. After watching this, I'm convinced that this has Oscar written all over it. Not just for the movie itself, which is beautifully shot. Let's talk about that first. The architecture of Shiz University, where most of the movie takes place, all the way to the Wizard of Oz castle, is so deftly done. I heard practical sets were used extensively and that everything was handcrafted for many of the scenes in this movie. In fact, I heard that they actually built a life-size train that is the very same one in the movie that transports Elphaba to the Wizard of Oz. So you know a lot of love was put into all the different sets in this movie, and it definitely shows. Lighting is done so well, and there is this magic that is put in place from the very beginning from those practical sets that when you do get to the CGI shots, which they're here as well, they add an extra layer that just accentuates the film's vibrancy and the authenticity that really does transport you to another place and time. The colors pop off the screen. John Chu, who you may know as the director of Crazy Rich Asians, which was one of the better films to come out in 2018, has really outdone himself here. His direction is expertly done. The movie is well paced and moves along really well considering that Wicked is over 2 hours and 41 minutes long. And as I was saying about Oscar being written all over this movie, it's not only for the movie but for the performances from the two leads, Ariana Grande as Glinda and Cynthia Erivo as Elphaba, aka the Wicked Witch of the West. These two absolutely kill it. You can tell they're having fun here and their chemistry is second to none. Ariana Grande, as you can imagine, flexes her vocal chops here, but I was surprised at how funny she was here as well.
Ew! I know. It's my granny's. I'd give it away, but I don't hate anyone that much.
I will be surprised if she's not at least nominated for an Oscar for her performance in this movie. She steals every scene she's in. Hair flipping has never been done as much here and to such comedic effect. She is also phenomenal in all the musical numbers, especially Popular.
There's nobody wiser, not when it comes to Popular. I know about Popular.
Cynthia Erivo matches her performances in the equally awesome Defying Gravity that closes out the movie. She shows a confidence in this role that is awe-inspiring. The way she grows from a student who navigates through being laughed at or cringed at for her green skin color.
You're green.
I am.
To a full-fledged force of reckoning at the end is inspiring. And one of the most uplifting things I've experienced in a movie theater in a long time.
I'm not afraid. It's the wizard who should be afraid of me.
Rarely do I get those kinds of emotions after a movie. Wicked's special in that way. There's this underlying theme of racism and speciesism put under a new lens for the audience to see. It's fascinating to see the events that precede what happens in The Wizard of Oz. And it will be interesting to see where the second part goes because this is only part one of the story. However, I didn't feel cheated from that being the case because this could have ended here and I would be satisfied. I just see the second part, which I think comes out next year, as the cherry on top of a really delightful story. I'm really interested on how they finish out the story after watching this. I suppose if I had watched a musical, I would already know. It doesn't matter because I can't wait to see what happens in the next part. This right now is my number one movie of this year. And like I said, that's really something for me to say because I typically don't like musicals. This one's a fun ride with characters that you laugh at and really go on a journey with. I was saying how Elphaba grows as a person here, but she's not the only one. Glinda, formerly Galinda, changes from someone who is all about herself, and you still can't help but love her, to someone that finds friendship in the most unlikely of places and learns to see beyond herself, making you even love her more. What I like about Wicked is, even beyond the scope of the universal themes it presents, it is still a story of friendship between Glinda and Elphaba, who were raised from divergent backgrounds. Glinda from parents who loved her maybe too much, and Elphaba from parents who didn't love her enough, if at all. Honestly, I could gush even more, but I'm just going to tell you, go see this movie. You will be hard pressed to find a better movie going experience this year. Guys, I'm giving Wicked a 10 out of 10. What did you think of the movie? Was it wicked or not so wicked? Let me know in the comments below. Like and subscribe if you like this video and want more of this content. See you next time when we venture into the void.